Hi Scorpio, here is your ex-partner reading for the month of June 2017. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody, okay? I've done the 2-row spread like always. This is going to be the row for you, and this will be for your ex-partner. But like I always remind you, the energies and messages can go vice versa, okay? So you need to apply it to your particular situation. This is also for Scorpio moon and rising, as well as sun sign, okay? Now, the card we have at the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Swords. Now, the thing with the 4 of Swords is it can talk about having gone through a stressful time. Maybe having some worries, anxieties, any number of things. And it can talk about needing to kind of take a break, take a time out. Now that could be you or your ex-partner. But also what that 4 of Swords can talk about is it can talk about how there may very well be a silence between you both at the moment. That maybe neither of you are really communicating with each other. And it may just be that you both feel that you need this break in communication. For both of you to kind of work out what it is you both really want. Now, up here for you, we do have the 9 of Swords. And it can be a similar energy to the 4 of Swords, in so much as it does talk about stress. It talks about worry. It talks about feeling anxious. It talks about overthinking. You know, going around and around and around within your own head, your own thoughts. In its reverse position, like it is today, it talks more about how you're starting to come out of that. And maybe by having a break in communication, that in itself may help for you to clear your thoughts in regards to this situation. But it does talk about how there has been some stressful situation that has taken place in the past with you and your ex-partner, okay? Now, on their side, they do have the Ace of Wands, and that is in its reverse position. The Aces, as we know, always talk about new beginnings. And the Wands is a very passionate, fiery energy. As well as the Ace in the reverse talking about a new beginning not taking place, it can also talk about how there's a delay in that. It can, if you look at it, there are some thorns on this wand. And there may very well be that at the moment, there may be some situation between you and your ex. These thorns, obstacles, that maybe are either preventing you both from being able to communicate, or maybe are preventing you from being able to really communicate what it is that you are really feeling. Because like I said, that Wands is a very fiery, passionate energy. And it may very well be that your ex-partner does have this real passionate feel for you, but on some level is feeling blocked. They may very well want to communicate with you. They may very well want to talk about how they really feel about you. But if you are the one that's in this Four of Swords energy, then you may very well be preventing that. Now, down here for you, we do have the major arcana. We do have Temperance. And again, it is in the reverse position. Temperance can talk about something being out of balance here. It may very well be talking about your thoughts at the moment. That you're not really sure what it is that you want. You may very well be going backwards and forwards here. And again, maybe that's why this Four of Swords energy is there for you. Because for you, it may not be the situation in terms of your environment that's out of balance. But it may be that your thoughts, there's not a balance within your thoughts in terms of how you are thinking or feeling. You may very well be swaying backwards and forwards. I want to talk to this person, I don't. I'm not sure if I should. I'm not sure if I shouldn't. That's what I'm feeling, this kind of backwards and forwards type of feeling. The thing as well with Temperance when it's in its reverse position, there could be a situation that you may be unprepared to compromise at the moment. In order to bring this relationship back together, it may require a compromise. Now, that compromise can be different for all of you. But you may be unwilling to make that compromise. On your ex-partner's side, they do have the Ace of Cups. And when this is in the reverse position, yes, it can talk about how there's a lack of feeling, a lack of emotion there for them. But I don't think it's talking about that, with the fact that that Ace of Wands is above it. I think it's more talking about how they are either feeling restricted, like I said with that Ace of Wands, are feeling restricted in being able to communicate to you how they are feeling. Or they may be fearful to open up to you emotionally because they themselves can see that there is this imbalance here with Temperance. And they also obviously know that there is this, maybe this lack of communication between you. So they're sitting there wondering what's going on. Does this person like me? Do they not? Do they want me back? Do they not? Down here for you, we have another major arcana. We have the Devil card. In its reverse position, it talks very much about breaking free from something that has kept you attached, chained to something. It can also be about how, on some level, Maybe you are carrying an element of emotional baggage here. Emotional baggage to what has taken place between you both in the past. And you may need to free yourself from that emotional baggage. Free yourself from what has gone wrong in the past. Because nobody can move forward until they can completely let go of what has taken place in the past. There can't be any forward movement if you are going to constantly think or talk about past events. But I don't think it's so much the talking about past events. I think it's more about what you're feeling inside. And I think the need is there now to break this chain, break this cycle. On their side, they do have judgment. And judgment comes directly before the World card. It is a major arcana. When it's in this position, it can talk about an awakening here. It can talk about how maybe they are starting to release any baggage. That they may very well be starting to enter a place of forgiveness. Forgiveness for anything that you may have done or for whatever has taken place between you both. And they may have needed to go through a process themselves in order to bring about this forgiveness. The thing with the Judgment card, in order to get a new beginning here, you do have to release the baggage, like I said with that Devil card. And you do have to forgive in order to be able to move forward. It's almost like they're going through an awakening themselves. They may be releasing any elements of guilt over certain things that have taken place between you both. And they may also have started to see mistakes that they too have made here. Now, your outcome card is the Emperor. It is number 4 in the Major Arcana. And it is the card for Aries. So some of you may be in a situation where your ex-partner is an Aries. But it doesn't have to be that. But the Emperor is about control. Taking control of this. Now, as I said, for some of you, this Emperor card is showing up because, as I said, it's possible you have been in a relationship with an Aries. And that card may be there to signify that. If that's not the case for you, then it's talking about how You may be going through a process in this month of June where you're going to start to use your logic here. Where you are going to try to gain some emotional balance that I don't feel you've got up here. And you may very well be trying to gain some control or keep control of this situation. Your ex-partner's outcome card is the Three of Cups in reverse. Now, this can tell me that there may very well be three people involved in this situation. Either you are in another relationship, but you may very well have feelings still for your ex-partner. And maybe that's why we have this emotional imbalance that I feel this is more talking about. Or your ex-partner is in another relationship, but they still have feelings for you. This awakening as well may also, for some of you, be related to the fact that your ex-partner finds out or realizes that you are already in another relationship. But I do think for the majority of you, there is a third-party situation going on here. Now, to clarify your Emperor card, I've got the World card. It is the last card in the Major Arcana, and like I said, it comes directly after the Judgment card. The World card can talk about distance. That if some of you have been in a relationship, like I said, with possibly an Aries, then maybe there is a distance between you both, a big distance. But also the World card, as I said, it talks about a new chapter. It talks about closing the door on one chapter of your life in order to start a new one. Now, on their side, to clarify the Three of Cups, I've got the Eight of Swords here. The thing with the Eight of Swords, it can talk about a fear here. The lady in the picture is blindfolded and bound, loosely so. She at any point can take that off, but she's choosing not to face up to the reality of something there. She's either choosing not to see something or not to feel something. There is emotion attached to this because we have this water here. It can very much talk, this card, about something holding your ex-partner back, because they've felt pain and they felt hurt. See, what I think here is for some of you, and it's not going to be for all of you, but maybe you had entered into another relationship And your ex-partner knows about this. And maybe for some of you, you are wanting to return to your ex-partner. You are wanting to start a whole new chapter with them. But see, they may be very fearful here about taking that step forward with you, because they know there's been a third-party situation here. And they may be very worried about whether that is completely over. About trust. I think there's definitely forgiveness there from your ex-partner. And I think on some level, an awakening also about how they truly feel about you. But I think they're fearful here to take a step forward with you because of a third-party situation. Now, this is not going to apply to everybody, okay? Obviously, not all of you are in this third-party situation. And if that's the case, then this reading is probably not for you, because that is the message I'm picking up here. I think on some level, both of you are wanting this reconciliation. Both of you are wanting to come together again. But it may require you to really, I think it's going to require you to open up to your ex-partner and to make reassurances to them that this third-party situation is now done and dusted. The communication lines are going to have to get opened up here if there's going to be any forward movement. Okay, Scorpio, that does conclude this reading. Like I said, it's not going to be for all of you. Thank you so much for watching and take care. Bye.